Stephanie from Mrs. D's Corner here. Welcome. I am so excited to be back here with you guys on Facebook. This Facebook Live is coming to you as a special request from some of you, many of you, who are wanting to see my communication stickers and how I use them in the classroom, what they look like, how I use them, and how they help me keep data really easy and kind of help keep my parents on the same track as with what we're doing in the classroom. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the stickers, and then I'm going to kind of do some sample work as if I were doing work with my students in the classroom. And then I will show you how I use the stickers, what they look like when I'm putting them on here, why I'm using them, and then kind of how that translates to progress reports and report cards and parent meetings and all of that fun stuff that I know that we all have to deal with. It just makes it that little bit easier. So the first thing I want to show you are the parent communication stickers, and I want to explain to you why I created them for my classroom. So I created them at the beginning of my second year teaching life skills, so in a self-contained classroom. Hello everyone, come in. And I made them because I was spending a lot of time, so this is one of the samples that I'm going to show you guys, but pretend that your student had completed this and did it hand over hand with your help. But you're sending this home and maybe the parent doesn't quite know that the child didn't complete this on their own, right? They're thinking, wow, my child can color in letters in the lines like a boss, right? And you come to the parent meeting or the IEP meeting and you have samples and you have it written at the top that it was hand over hand or highly rewarded to complete the task. And the parent's like, well, you sent it home and they did it, and I don't understand why when I try to do this with them at home, they can't do it themselves. So this kind of bridges that gap between the parents and teachers and what's going on in the classroom and what parents are seeing at home. And it kind of cuts out the middleman, and you don't have to spend so much time writing on each paper how a child performed, or if they met the goal, they didn't meet the goal, what kind of prompting they had. It's going to cover all of that for you. And that's why I created it, because it made my life so much quicker. When I was at the back table, when we finished doing morning work, we would do this every day, and I would be quickly writing with a pen or a marker and be like, okay, so student A, he needed prompting and this and this and this. And then I would have to go through 7 other students to kind of write that for every student. And it took up so much time, like 5 minutes of time is a lot for kids to kind of sit at a table and wait to transition into something else, or for me to wait until planning or lunch or recess when I have 1,200 other things to do. It's hard for me and for you guys to remember off the top of our heads how every single child performed. And then this also helps paras help you at the same time. So that's where I kind of came from when I created this. I wanted to solve a problem that I was having in my classroom. And it's one that you guys are having too, because you really wanted to know how to use these. So there are 35 different stickers. Okay, you print these out onto Avery labels, and you're gonna print them out on Avery labels. And this is it's Avery label 5160. And when you print it, you have the option to print the same one, the whole page, or I believe there's the option, there is the option to print it in color, the whole page, or black and white. So if you don't have a color printer, don't worry, it comes in black and white as well. Or if you wanted to print it on Astro Brights and tape it onto the paper, you could do that too. However, it's there for you. So this is just an example of one, and it says not feeling well during the lesson. So instead of taking the time to write not feeling well, that 6 seconds it's gonna take us to write that, all we have to do, what I do when I'm getting ready to use a sheet, is I'll cut a whole strip off, because each strip has 2 stickers on it. Okay, so you're gonna get a whole sheet of stickers. I think there's like 60 on one page or something crazy like that. So you're gonna have 2 stickers, but you only need 1 at a time. So what I do is I just take scissors or the paper slicer, I'm gonna put that on the table, and just cut it down the side here so that I have 1 solid thing of stickers. When I take 1 off, it's only 1 sticker, and then I can stick it right on the page and I don't have to worry about wasting another sticker. So this one says the prompting during the lesson, and it gives you check boxes here for, I put that right in front of my face, visual, verbal, gestural, modeling, partial physical. So all the different kinds of levels of prompting. You can put this sticker on it, check the box. Ooh, it's blurry. And then the parents know exactly what type of prompting you use with the child for that activity. So we have not feeling well, behavior during the lesson. I'm gonna just go through these really fast. Work completed in small groups, completed with minimal prompting, IEP work, followed directions the first time, inappropriate behavior during the lesson. Maybe you're taking a lesson where you collected data, but you're sending it home, so there's data collected. Highly rewarded to complete the task. So maybe you had to give them a Skittle or an M&M or a fish cracker for every question they answered. So that would be a great sticker to use. Work completed with the teacher. You could also use that for paras, work completed one-on-one with a para. Participation grade. So in my classroom, I used a rubric to grade, which is a question I also get a lot for grading purposes for, report cards. I did participation grade. So if it was something that I sent home, I sent the participation grade on it so parents knew this was something that they would see within the child's report card grades, blah, blah, blah. So great improvement. So maybe if it's a task we're working on, and the first time they didn't do so hot and maybe the next time they did, you could say great improvement on the skill if it's an IEP goal. This is the one that I cut the side off. Refusal to complete work, target not met, and then there's one that says target met. Modified assignment, and then there's one that looks the same and it says accommodated assignment. Work completed independently. Goal or objective mastered. Work completed with a peer. Extended time to complete. Work completed in inclusion. And I believe I didn't print them all, but these are the majority of the ones that you're going to get. I've also I've created a couple of extra ones for you guys who needed a little bit of different wording. I don't mind doing that for you guys at all. So those are just the ones, and they're all listed in the product description. If you click above the bit.ly link, it's going to take you to these, and they are on sale for $2 for the remainder of this week. So they're half off, and they're ready for you guys. You get all of them. All you have to do is print them. So let me show you how we would use them, and then kind of how that would look in a parent conference or an IEP meeting or whatever kind of meeting you're having with parents. I want to show you how that looks. So I am going to, first, I have a couple different things printed here. Have my handy dandy glue sponge. If you guys aren't using glue sponges in the classroom, you need to get on this. There's a video here on my page, and I also have a blog post. If you need the link, let me know and I'll send it to you, but glue sponges are amazing. So glue sponge to help me out. So what I'm going to do here, so this is a task that we would do every day, and I already cut the letters out. So the students, they were mixed up on the bottom. They have to spell Tuesday inside of the box. So for some students, they're color coded and you can color them. I printed it on pretty pink paper for the purpose of this video, but I would copy it. This is free in my TPT store if you wanted to grab it. They're all the months, and then there's also this one or all the days of the week, not the months. And then there's also this one there too, and we would use it every morning. So I am gonna go and just use my glue sponge and put Tuesday on here. Now, I'm going to pretend that I am the student, but my teacher or my para is sitting behind me or next to me, and they are doing this hand over hand with me. And what it's going to look like when I finish this task, it's gonna look like I completed it on my own. But if you send this home and you write in a parent conference or on their progress reports, child cannot spell days of the week, or child has difficulties spelling days of the week, but you're sending this home with no notes on it, the parent's gonna come back to you and be like, woman, you're crazy. He can spell Tuesday. You send it home every Tuesday and he can spell. So that's when your stickers come into hand. So you can either stick it on the front, or if it's a project like a lap book, or if it was a craftivity, you can stick it on the back. And over time, you will get parents accustomed to looking for these stickers. So if you stick them on the front, always stick them on the front. If you're gonna stick them on the back, always stick them on the back. That way you can train parents to look for them. So when they're going through their backpack and collecting all of their paperwork, hopefully they're doing that, they know to look for this sticker. Oh my goodness, look, Stephanie spelled Tuesday today. And she did it right. They're all in the box. Man, she is just on fire. Then they can look on the back, and maybe they can keep track of it too at home if they're keeping samples of their work, or as you're keeping samples of the work, which I'm going to explain. You can look and say, okay, so today is November, is today the 7th? Today's going to be the 7th if it's not. And on November 7th, Stephanie was able to do Tuesday, spell the word Tuesday, cut them out hand over hand, and she did it with full physical prompting. So I would obviously do it with a thinner marker so they could tell. You're gonna mark it on the back. But maybe you wanna tell the parent more than that. Maybe you also wanna say, let's see, oh, they needed extended time to complete this task. All you're gonna do is when if you're looking at these, there's a line down in between. You're just gonna cut right down that line. I'm just gonna cut one for now. But if I'm gonna use these in the classroom, when I use these in the classroom, I'm gonna cut the whole strip. I'm gonna stick that right next to it on the back. So the parent knows, okay, so yes, my child did spell Tuesday. They did cut this out and they did put it in the box, but they had full physical prompting and they needed extended time to complete this task. So the parent now goes from thinking, my child can spell Tuesday on their own, they can cut this out on their own, like I'm gonna do some stuff here at home with them. Now the parent knows, okay, so this took Steph a little bit longer time than it should have, and she needed full physical prompting. So now your parent is on the same exact page as you are, and you don't have to kind of explain that over and over and over again in parent conferences or report cards, all of that fun stuff. Same goes for something like this. Again, they come together as a freebie. They're all the days of the week. You can download it in my TPT store. I will link them after this video, but they're there. We would do this every morning, color, and then trace, box, write, and then find Tuesday. So you could also use the stickers, put them on the back, put them on the front. If you're gonna send them home, you're gonna do it that way. Another great thing to do, my friend Ashley, who I believe is in this group, or she's in this video, I believe that she does this. She sent me pictures of it. For my adapted work binders, instead of printing these out, laminating, adding Velcro, and going through all of that expensive process, which can be expensive, if you want to collect data on this and you want to keep it for samples, work samples in a binder, or to send home to parents to let them know, because you don't necessarily want to send home your Velcroed page, right? You want to keep that for you. So you can print the answer pages out, or the answer pieces, and I already cut them out, and have students glue and paste them. And if you want, you could use the I can statements with the morning work binder and kind of display work on a bulletin board and show the rest of the school. And when parents come in for like back to school night or parent conferences, whenever throughout the year, you can have them see what their child is working on, and then you're gonna have those stickers on there too, guys. It just makes life so much easier. So I'm gonna go through and do this really fast. Again, I have my trusty dusty, it's not really dusty though, I don't know why I said that. The trusty dusty glue sponge here. You don't want it to be dusty, you wanna keep the lid on it, otherwise it's gonna get really gross really fast. And I am just gonna match the colors to the actual word. I'm watching the color word to the actual splot. And if you're curious how the glue sponges work, I'll just show you really quick. You just push and then stick it on and you're good to go. So you do kind of have to practice with your students and teach them don't eat the sponge and don't put your whole hand in there. That's why I like the little ones, because my hand doesn't fit in there, so they can't like get their whole hand and peel the glue off. Not speaking from experience or anything, just telling what a friend told me. So we're gonna go through and add all of these. All right, so maybe Stephanie did this in the class, but let's see what Stephanie did. Let's make up a scenario. Maybe we wanna tell the parent that Stephanie completed this task independently. Stephanie did this task independently today. She cut it out on her own. She didn't need any help. She completed this task independently. She worked on it on her own. She cut it out, glued it, put her name on it. Okay, my name's not on it, but she put her name on it and it was ready to go. She didn't need any help. So now you really can tell a parent, your child did this all on their own. This would be something if I'm working on this task of matching colors and I'm differentiating it as we go. So maybe I went from matching color splot to color splot, and then we've mastered that skill. So now I'm gonna work on matching the color word with the actual color, like you see, to the color splot. If this is the first time this child did this skill independently, I'm gonna write that down in their progress notes. I might make a copy of this and keep it for myself, and then I'll send this one home with the parents to let them know wrong side. We completed this work independently. She did it on her own. You can also use the one that says target met. Guys, there's so many different scenarios that these stickers work for and just save your life. Not even kidding. So you could put the sticker right on the back. You can also, these are my 100 sheet puzzles. This is one of the create your own mats. You can cut them up to kind of make puzzles. I like to laminate them and add Velcro to do interactive puzzles for students. So let's see how fast I can do this. I'm gonna kind of put this one together. I cut this one out a while ago and it's just been sitting here. So, and if you're curious with the glue sponges for the larger pieces, so this one, it's not gonna fit in here. I just have them daub like the top and then a part of the bottom. So the whole thing doesn't need glue, right? I just have them daub a part of it. So that way at least that part of it's gonna stick and now you don't have to worry about it. So we're putting together this hundreds puzzle. And someone give me a scenario. Write in the comments, tell me a scenario. How is this child completing this task? Are they completing it with para? Are they doing it in inclusion? Are they doing it in a group? Someone tell me. While I finish this hundreds puzzle like a champ, I am so glad that I pre-cut this, y'all. I love these puzzles, by the way. They're so much fun. Inclusion with a para. All right, so we have a student who is in inclusion and they are working on this math skill. They're working on this math skill with a para. So do we want this child to be para with verbal prompting? Oh man, you guys are great. I love all of these different ideas. All right, so we're gonna say, because I just looked up and saw inclusion. So, child completed this task. We glued all of the puzzle on, okay? My dogs are coming in. And, let's see. Somebody said we completed this task in inclusion. Let me find the inclusion sticker. All right, here it is. Completed this task in inclusion. So, I am gonna put inclusion because it's really, really nice. I love the inclusion sticker because I used to get a lot of questions about what did my child do in inclusion? You did this worksheet in life skills? How did my child complete this? And maybe it was, it's a child in 3rd grade working on a kindergarten level, and it is this worksheet that is just above this child's head. Now you can tell we did it in inclusion. They can differentiate. The parents are going to be able to know we did this work in resource, which I believe this sticker is also one for resource. We did this in resource. We did this in inclusion. And then if there's not a sticker that says inclusion or resource, they know that they did it in your class. So I'm going to stick this one on the front. Work completed in inclusion. And then we also said work completed with a peer. I saw that. Work completed with a peer, which is great for inclusion. That's awesome. Work completed with a peer, work completed in inclusion, okay? So this child could be in any grade. They could have cut them out. Maybe the teacher pre-cut them. That could be a sticker I could add for you guys. So that might be something I write on the back, pre-cut pieces, or maybe the peer helped them cut out the pieces. But if that's a sticker you need, just send me an email and I'll get on that for you. So you can just put the stickers on. They're gonna come back, stick it in their notebook or their backpack or their mailbox, whatever you have. And then they're gonna take it home and the parents can be like, oh my goodness, Stephanie, you completed this work in inclusion today and you worked with a peer? Oh my gosh, what was your peer's name? How did you guys do working? Was it so much fun? That gives them the opportunity to ask them about their day. So it opens up that bridge of communication. Some kids, and I even remember coming home, what'd you do today? What'd you learn today at school? And I'd be like, nothing, I didn't learn anything. And so now the parent can be like, well, you worked with a peer today. What class did you go to? Who did you work with? What was your friend's name? So this is great. No, this can be used with any task. I just printed something quick that I could show you guys for matching tasks or whatever you're working on. You can use these stickers with any of those tasks. So these stickers are communication stickers for those of you that popped in at the end. These are communication stickers that I created out of a need in my classroom. I was having a problem. I didn't want to write every single time that I needed to write information for parents or for myself. I use these stickers now. And it's great. You can find the link above. They're on sale this week for $2. You get all of the stickers. And if I'm missing something that maybe you need, just send me an email. So let's pretend it's time for an IEP meeting. okay? It is time for an IEP meeting. You're not scrambling because you have your color-coded binders, okay? So I have color-coded binders in my classroom. So when I have an IEP meeting, I know I can grab Stephanie Delasi's binder, grab it off. She's orange, I'm ready to go. Inside of this binder, I'm going to find the communication progress monitoring rings. I have 2 pairs in here for some reason. There's some notes in here about progress monitoring that go along with their goals. I'm also going to have their goals and objectives printed out. And I did go over a video at the beginning of school, so if you need a bigger look and more in-depth description about this, I can share that link with you. Past progress reports, period 1. So let's pretend that most of us are at the end of marking period 1. Or maybe we're just finishing up progress reports for period 1. All of these papers, okay, all these papers that I just did, I'm going to stick them in the back, really quick, of this little paper right here. So what I'm going to do is when I go to a parent meeting or an IEP meeting, I'm going to grab the binder. All of the math work is going to be in here. All of their works, samples are going to be in here. That way, when I come to the meeting, I can just sit here at the meeting, have my binder, have my progress rings, I have all of the past students' information. I'm not scrambling. Everything I need is in this binder, and I can pull out the work samples now. And maybe you're at the annual IEP meeting, and you have a whole entire year worth of data in this binder. You have dates on it, but you're looking at it and you're like, all right, so that was November. So I'm gonna guess the child probably did it with the para. I probably cut it out for them, but I don't really remember. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I don't remember, but on the top of my head, I'm gonna be like, yeah, parent did that with para, yeah. Well, now I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to read my chicken scratch when I'm scrambling. I can look at the back and be like, oh yeah, so on November 7th, Stephanie did this with full physical hand-over-hand prompting, and she needed extended time to complete this. Oh, but look, here we have another one, and I would have many of these samples within the work samples, and I could be like, okay, so, but on December 7th, making up dates here, I could be like, Stephanie did this with just model prompting. Just, pointing to the letters, and she did it with model prompting, and she did it in the time allotted. So it's great for that. You don't have to remember now. All you have to do is put the sticker on there and it's ready to go for you whenever you need it. So it's great for you, it's great for parents, it's great for your meetings, and it's great for one less thing for you to have to worry about when you have meetings or when you're doing progress monitoring or any of that, collecting data. It's easy too, if you have kids who go to resource, you and the resource teacher can be on the same page with this. The resource teacher can send the work back and be like, okay, so today Stephanie completed this work with a little bit of extended time. You don't have to do it through emails. We're not supposed to share information through email anyway, right? For confidentiality reasons. So now you guys can be on the same page and you can work through this too. Your paras can take a set of stickers with them to resource or to inclusion. And it keeps everyone on the same page. So if you want to try these stickers out, you can find the link above, the bit.ly link. It should be bit.ly/MDC.com stickers. And you'll find that they're $2. The link is above. I will also paste it below after this video, but you'll find the link above this video, and you'll find that they're $2 for the rest of this week. So they are half off because I want you guys to use these in your classroom, and I want to change your life. I want to change your data collecting life, your parents' life. I want you guys all to be on the same page. So if you have any questions about these communication stickers, I'm pretty sure that I covered everything, but in the mix of doing all of this and trying to do the work at the same time, I may have forgotten something. I also have a blog post that I will link after this to share with you about how I use them in the classroom to keep parent communication open between myself and the parents of my students. If you have any questions, as always, please send me a message, leave a comment here, and I will get back to you. And have a great day, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. If I'm missing a sticker, just send me a message. I'd be happy to add it for you because I want to have stickers to cover everything. So help me out, let me help you, and I will see you guys soon, all right? Bye.